but what has impressed you from him in the early goings of this season, and really how important is he to be back?
Well, first, really great to have him back. I mean, we missed him certainly. We had, we've had a lot of foul trouble through our bigs in recent time, which is, how it works. And when you're missing a guy, of course, it's how it works out. But the thing that's impressed me most with Nas is his readiness. We didn't know what kind of role he would have coming into the season. We asked him to be ready. It could be situational. It could be added depth to the 5 spot. And it's ended up being a lot more than that. And he's ended up carving himself out a place in the rotation. Sometimes at the 4, sometimes at the 5, and really has done a great job of facilitating a lot of good offense. Defensively, he's been really good, particularly his switching, and his rebounding is up from what it was a year ago. So a lot of pluses across the board for him.
Speaking of rebounding, I know the defensive glass has been a focal point. Now you tonight go against a team that has the 4th most second chance points in the league.
Yeah.
How high on the priority list is rebounding defensively?
Yeah, I mean, it's way up there. Like every night. And again, it falls a lot on our smalls to get in there and be physical and get back into the fray. And they got a lot of long bodies, they got a lot of strong bodies, they got a lot of size out there. So we have to hit first. That's not been a forte of ours, but see a little bit of growth there.
You talk sometimes about not necessarily the 5-man rotations, like groups like maybe 2 or 3 guys that seem to play well together. Last game, Kyle, I think, assisted 4 of Cat's buckets. Is that a 2-man combo that you see?
Absolutely. Yeah. Gives us another playmaker for sure. Gives us another just high IQ basketball player out there, a guy who can guard multiple positions, really smart on both ends of the floor. That's definitely one of the combos we like right now.
You guys brought back A.J. Lawson. What impressed you about him in training camp? When you had
high-level shooter, a guy that we really liked through summer league training camp. He's one of these guys, I think, who really knows who he is as a player, which is important when you're a young player. A lot of guys are trying to figure out who they really are. He plays well within his skill set. Really good in the open floor, really good shooter, quick decisions with the basketball. He's either driving it or moving it or shooting it. And then gives us some athletic wing depth defense.
Any other questions in the room?
Yeah, on Jalen Noel, he's shown flashes, especially early in the season.
Yeah.
What he's capable of. What kind of challenge is it, though, for a player to be consistent?
Yeah, I think that's well, first of all, moving into this year's role, he has a consistent role. Last year he was more of an X factor guy, a guy who could change the game, didn't necessarily always have a consistent role for us. Now he's got a consistent role, so performing consistently in that role is the next step. I think with him, something that we keep harping on is you're a really good all-around player. You're not just a scorer. He got off to a great start scoring the ball for us, and then that dried up a little bit. But he has the ability to do more, play make, defend, get us into our stuff a little bit. And I think those are things that he can focus on right now too. That would just allow the game to come to him. Right now he's kind of really trying to go out there and put his mark on it every single time. And sometimes that's hard. It's hard for anybody.
We'll go to Dane. Dane, go ahead.
Hey Chris, wanted to ask you about Rudy Gobert and rim protection. His individual block numbers are down, but teams are shooting really poorly at the rim when he's there. You're still and less. Are you seeing kind of that rim deterrent stuff there, even though the block totals haven't been massive?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've been extremely happy with the impact Rudy's had, both offensively and defensively for us. But specifically defensively, one of the challenges for us as we adjust to life with Rudy and guarding around Rudy is our guards have to show a little bit more pursuit. I thought we were really, really good in the Cleveland game in doing that. That gives Rudy a better chance to kind of time up some blocks. At times I think it's been too much of a runway to the rim, which is hard for anybody, no matter how good you are. But the most important thing is that that they're missing shots at the rim, not whether he blocks them so much.
Rick, go ahead.
Because during the preseason, you talked about really wanting to retain that kind of fly-around energy that you had last year, particularly on defense. And I'm wondering, with the various adjustments you've made as you've learned about this team, in what ways has that fly-around energy been compromised, and in what ways are you trying to stimulate it?
Yeah, you know, one of the ways I think that it's hurt us is on the glass a little bit. We get caught like watching in no man's land sometimes when, you know, when we're in so much drop coverage. You know, last year we were kind of, you know, always moving, always pursuing, and it's you know, that's been one. And then just some of the rotations, you know, with you know, with the bigs that are in rotation, still are a little slow, and you know, those will continue to take some time, I would imagine.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.